The following show features episodic breakdowns of Jackass, either performed by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. For your safety, avoid listening to this podcast at all times. Hi, I'm Mikey Aaronworth.
I'm Jason Wellwood.
And I'm Chris Aaronworth.
Welcome to Jackass.
Welcome to Jackass. It's the podcast where we're on a path of destruction through every single episode of Jackass.
We are three lifelong fans of the show, reliving the belly laughs, bad ideas, and broken bones.
Today we are on episode 101 and we are doing part 4 of Jackass. Fuck. I really tried to do it there. I was so close, Mikey.
You know what's funny, Chris, is you very clearly were trying to like make a point to be like, oh, see, I did everything you wanted me to do. And I was going to be like, great. That is what we wanted.
You know you weren't going to go great. If that went perfectly, you would have tried to pick me apart like a fucking dickhole you
honestly,
are.
you were going to be like, oh, see, this is what it looks like when I do my job. And I'm going to be like, that is what it looks like when you do your job. You should do that more often.
Mikey. One job.
Is what, making fun of me?
No.
Oh, what?
It's looking out for the people.
Welcome back.
As long as they don't have to.
Jay is my Captain O command.
Captain
What the fuck is that? What does that mean? What do I... Do
you guys
I
don't watch war movies?
Yeah. Oh, shit. War movies. Yeah, of course. I didn't get the reference, but now I do. Thanks, Chris. That's all. Do I get a medal for that? Like,
100% you do. You get like a purple star, a medal. You get one of those whole cool little jackets over here.
No. I prefer a brown star. If you can make that happen, I think we'd...
brown star
for
on the same page.
For the Captain O command, I can make anything happen.
All right. I like it. Hey, what are we doing today? I just thought maybe you want another try.
Yeah, you want to give
me
a
doing
I
part
can do
4
it,
of Jackass 3D.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we are. Welcome back, everybody.
How many parts do you think it's going to take us, guys?
Who knows?
Seeming like 6, maybe 6. I'm not too upset about it. I'm kind of enjoying really digging in detail to some of these stunts. We're going to see how far we can get. But like I remember editing, I think last week's episode and being like, we're 25 minutes into this movie. Like we're like 2.5 episodes in, and we've got 25 minutes covered. Now we made up a bit of time last time, and we'll try to do the same this time. But look, if people have joined us, I think it's because they like us, so they don't mind that we're spending a little bit more time. We're really simmering in the fact that this might be the last mainline Jackass content that we can even do on this podcast.
Yeah, dude, it's hard to say goodbye. I think that's what we're all realizing right here and right now. It's a big one. And shit, man, it's been so much fun so far. If you remember where we left you off last time, we were looking at the sweatsuit cocktail. And guys, I don't know if the glass is half full or half empty after that. However you want to look at it, it was fucking disgusting. I'm just talking about it now is giving me flashbacks to where we were. I was feeling very nauseous at the end of the last part. So hopefully this next sketch might cheer us all up a little bit. We're getting a repeat appearance here to start off the episode. The Dudesons are back, and fuck yeah, it's Christmas time. So if you didn't listen back to our...
here for a second.
Yeah, what's up?
I took off my hat, and I'm wearing a toque all day, and my hair is looking pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Chris, I was not gonna, I'm not going to lie. When you took your hat off, I was like, fuck. Kid looks good today.
I was scared to take it off. It was getting hot in here, and I was like, shit, I don't want to have bad hair. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care. And I took it off, and I was kind of like, I kind of saw you looking, and I was like, okay.
Here's my question for you, Chris, because I was going to say this. I was going to let Jay finish his job, and then I was going to say this.
It's fine.
But now that Chris has interjected.
We all know how much Jay could ramble.
Yeah, of course. Jay just keeps us off track. It's quite frustrating. But I was going to ask you, Chris, because I saw this play out. I saw you take your hood off, and then take your hat off, and then check yourself out. Can you tell us what Jay said over the last minute of the podcast? Or were you completely in your own head looking at your hair?
Fuck, I don't even know what I said.
I'm good at multitasking.
What did he say?
He was going into the next sketch.
Well, I mean, yeah, but what was he?
No, we was talking about the Dudesons and how we're going to do the Dudesons in Christmas time and things along those lines.
Yeah. That's a very vague way of saying it. I'm pretty sure you didn't hear him.
Mikey's trying to fucking get Chris canceled over here, get his Purple Heart taken away.
Do you think I am Lex Luger the narcissist, or do you think I am Chris the man of the people?
What is that hair?
It's a good question. Wow. It's a good question.
Yeah,
like Pauly D in his prime.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one to go for. Pauly D in his prime.
More like Pauly Shore in his prime.
As you so rudely interrupted Jay, I was just trying to interject for a second, then you went on a tangent. Jay, let's get back to what matters.
Oh, so gracious. Thank you, Chris.
I
so
know.
gracious as always.
People. Even you, Jay.
Yeah, I know. The Dudesons are fucking back. Last time we saw the Dudesons, if you didn't listen to that episode, we did do a breakdown of a Dudesons Christmas special. I don't know, a few back, something. Maybe it was around 90 or something like that, but go check it out. It's pretty good. I think my favorite thing from these guys is that, like, out of all the crazy shit they did, jumping out of trees, just hurting themselves, it was the Lego that fucking stole my heart when they were eating the Lego. That was good.
That was fantastic. In the Santa's Little Helper episode of the Dudesons, it was great. If you want a good introduction to the Dudesons and you're not too familiar with them, fucking hell, that episode it's a good standalone. I think it's in season 4 or something like that. And you've got a companion piece in our podcast to listen to if you want to do both.
And we got a lot of love from the Dudesons too for doing that.
Yeah, just about all of them replied, reshared our stories, reached out to us after we posted about it. So good on the Dudesons.
Yeah, we love those fucking guys. And I got to say, we talked about Santa's Little Helpers. You're not going to get a better helper than this guy right here. It's Knoxville dressed up as, well, I guess he's not much of a helper. He is the fucking man himself. He's in the Santa gear. I don't know how good of a mall Santa he would make. I feel like the suit is missing a few stains, maybe a pot belly, but he's about to do a classic Dudeson stunt right here, which I love. Climb to the top of a pine tree, get the fucking chainsaw out, cut it down. That's all you need. That's all you fucking need. Were you guys happy to see this one more time after the last time we got to
100%
see the stunt?
Yep.
Anytime the Dudesons come around, anytime there's trees and I love snow because there's so much fun you can have in it, and you can do these big falls, and it probably really does hurt, but there's so much give, so you could really kind of push the limits on what you could actually do elsewhere. So it's super fun for me to see these types of things.
Yeah, this one got a little bit of a pop out of me. I'm not going to lie. I had, when I saw the Dudesons and I saw the tree, I was like, especially because we just did it. It was like, oh, if you're in the know, if you know, you know. And to be clear, the Dudesons did this exact stunt in their episode, as Jay already alluded to. But that episode aired in 2010. So it actually came out before this movie did. If I have that right, I think I wrote that in my notes. But they did it. They did it before the movie, and then they basically rented out the idea to Jackass for this, which was kind of nice. The only difference, did you guys notice? Let's have the stunt side by side. And did you notice the major difference between this stunt as done in Jackass 3D and the stunt as done?
Someone didn't fall on the tree.
Nope. It's the difference is in the Dudesons episode, Yarno is the one who goes up into the tree to fall down. In this one, it's Yuka.
Man, you remember the fucking names. I'm terrible with the names. I haven't watched enough Dudesons, but I was trying to remember, when I was watching this, what are those fucking guys' names? I wrote down a few, just a few Jay's guesses here. I had Vlad, Yadish, Gunther, maybe Piori. Something like that.
I like it.
Was I close? Do they sound foreign enough? I don't know.
For a guy whose name starts with J, and in fact, if said correctly, could just be J, you should remember that just about all the Dudesons, their names start with J, except for HP.
I'm not asking them to remember my name.
Pronounced with a Y.
Yarno, Yarpi, Yuka.
Oh, classy
HP.
Culture. Yeah.
HP.
I fucking love these guys. Whether I have terrible name recognition or not is besides the point. I love the Dudesons. And what I love, I think, is that Jackass saw the Dudesons, because as you said, Mikey, 2010 was when they first did this, and they thought, holy shit, that's good enough that we got to call these guys up. And it's not, there's no rivalry, there's no beef here. It's not like a Tom Green situation where they're fighting over who did what first. It's just let's fucking all get together, fucking global, international shit, and let's fucking meet each other.
I think that's credit to Bam. I think Bam figured them out.
It was Bam, eh?
But I think so. But I want to play a little game.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're on the Christmas theme. I know it's past Christmas, but I'm always in the Christmas spirit.
Okay.
I once had my birthday in June, Christmas themed. That was very nice.
Okay.
Out of all Jackass appearances, characters, in, out, no main characters, anybody that's been involved in Jackass whatsoever, who would make the best Santa Claus for them all?
Oh, man, it's Preston, right?
Yeah, it's got to be Preston.
I'm going Phil.
Oh,
shit, I
that's
didn't
so
even think of
good.
Phil.
That's
Oh,
so good.
incorrect
Yeah, that's
answer on my
definitely the
end,
right
yeah.
one. That's the kind of thing where like someone has the answer prepped and they're asking you just so they can stunt on you with their answer. That was.
I just fucking stunning on you 101 like G-Unit on Ja Rule.
But let's be honest, fucking Preston is. I mean, he's the backup. He's the relief goalie. He's there. He's like the backup. He's on the bench. If something goes wrong, Phil pulls a hamstring or something. He's jumping in there. They're pulling Phil out. He's in.
100%.
No question. You know, who else are you going to... I mean, it would be funny to subvert expectations and say Wee Man, though, you know?
You know what? You know what you do is you get Wee Man dressed as Santa and Preston dressed as an elf.
There's got to be a sketch like that out there, right?
Yeah.
They've done that before?
Maybe. I think that would work,
sounds like something they would have done. Yeah. No, that's a good point, though. But shit, they cut that tree. Knoxville goes down. And I love how there's just such a big snowbank at the end of it. You get it's like when you go to the beach with your brother and he digs a hole and buries you in the sand and your little head's popping out. That's what he looks like afterwards. It's great.
It's great. They fall down and then you got Yuka's first line. He's like partially concussed and he looks up and he's like, I found the tree. Like, it's like, there it is. It's in the... It's great. I fucking love it. The dude's in sense.
I love your accent of them. It's
pretty good.
Spot on enough that it's not accurate, but it's comical at the same time.
Yeah, it's the closest I can do. There's some vowels I get, and the rest of it I just kind of I forget about. Yeah. I'm pretty.
How
It's
long have you been
entertaining.
practicing
It's
this?
better than it. Mikey doesn't need to practice anything. He just kind of does what
That
he needs
is
to
the
do.
biggest.
thing.
That
It's a
all I do is practice everything. That's nothing comes naturally to me. That's why I'm so stuck up.
You know what? You put anybody in this next situation, boys. Oh, shit. Was there a rating on this one? Am I getting too far ahead of myself?
No, I don't
Sorry,
think we
didn't
rate
read the
this one. This
spreadsheet.
one was pretty short.
Okay.
It was nice to see, and I'm glad we spent some time fleshing it out.
My
But
bad.
yeah,
My literal note on this, my entire notes on this one was cool.
and
All right.
out of curiosity, Chris, if we were to look at your notes for, I don't know, every other stunt in this movie, would there be a similar note there?
No, it's just all like,
No, just certain ones. It's the ones that I'm like, cool.
yeah, radical.
Like, I don't feel like there's much, like the one before, the Matt Hoffman sweatsuit cocktail. I had 4 points.
Can you out of
And
curiosity read us the 4 points? I'm very.
Do you want me to do the 4 points for this one or the next one?
Okay, the next one.
Okay.
But
I'll let Jay introduce it, and then I'll.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Well, as I was saying, I mean, like this next one, boys, it doesn't matter how fucking practiced you are. It doesn't matter if you're a natural or what. Pin the tail on donkey with Danger Ehren with a real fucking donkey. His reaction here is absolutely hilarious, and we're going to talk about it in a second and how everybody else kind of jumps in and makes fun of him for his reaction. But just imagine, before we even talk about it, being in this situation where someone puts a blindfold on you, gives you a pin, and you're going to go up to this live animal and stick it in its ass. It's like
Okay, all right. You got my attention, Jay.
Dude, yeah, we'll stick it in, baby.
Chris, stop looking at your fucking hair.
It's cool, man. It looks really cool.
Yeah. It looks real Maybe we should put a fucking blindfold on him at this point.
Yeah, honestly,
and Mikey's
we're not
going to
gonna
not
get through
use this as the screenshot for the video because you can be like, oh, the camera quality wasn't good enough.
Yeah, the camera quality is shit. I had to go back and use screenshots from other recordings we've had.
It's not my fault.
But, I mean, okay,
It
guys.
literally could only be your fault. What are you talking
You
about?
gave me a camera, and you gave me a computer, and the camera was too powerful for the computer to handle. So now I have to use the webcam from the thing.
Never mind.
Otherwise, our uploads don't exist. So don't fucking try and put this shit on me.
I know,
man.
Chris. I know this is a bit for you,
It's
but
not
it
a bit.
frustrates
I ain't no
me
fucking
so
nerd, man.
much.
I don't know how to do this shit. You just provide me the stuff, tell me to plug it in, I'll do what I gotta do. But if you want to keep fucking playing this stupid fucking game and blaming me for your fucking technology and your lack of being able to handle my internet bandwidth and my computer and my like, come on, man. I don't
You're
know
right.
this shit.
I should be able to handle your internet bandwidth. I apologize for that.
Yeah. Hey, if I was doing your job and editing this stuff and it was causing me a pain, I would take it amongst me to go to your house and set you up properly because I know that it's my responsibility if the final product isn't good. So you need to figure your shit out. Stop being a little bitch. Drive up here. I don't live that far away. You've only been to my house like what, 2 times? Fucking show your brother some love. I'll cook you a nice meal, but just set up my internet.
Okay. You know what? That's entirely reasonable. I don't know why I was so frustrated with this.
Why do you have to spin it back like that? I don't even know how to react.
Okay.
Sorry, Jay, you were saying something?
I don't remember where I was. It's all good. Pin the tail on donkey. Yeah. Here's the thing, guys. you can't even get close to this thing without that. The donkey's gonna start kicking. You get within, a couple feet of it. It's a fucking ticking time bomb here. Let's talk about
time bomb, more like
a ticking time bomb.
no, kicking time bomb.
Like with this fucking thing, though, guys. The reaction. Let's just fucking get right into the reaction, because this is classic Ehren. Like, I'm fucking pissing my pants out of fear right now, but I'm still doing it. God damn it, that's him. And I love that he commits to it. But everybody behind him, because he's blindfold, is silently doing what he's doing, which is shaking his legs uncontrollably. Like, he cannot stop. And it's not just a shake, like a little bit of a shimmy here. I'm talking, he's shaking from like the hip bones all the way down, and he's in like this half squat position. It is the most ridiculous looking thing I've ever seen, as he's inching his way towards the ass of this donkey. And it's just like, god damn, what a visual, guys. It's probably one of the best parts of the movie visually.
My notes are so far on point.
Oh no, I bet. I want you to read your notes after we've talked about it, just so I can get a sense of like what you're drawing from. You know what I mean? Like, once we finish, I just want you to say your point form notes as a summary, and then we'll move on. But this one, the thing that I love so much about it is the addition of the blindfold makes it, I would imagine, so much scarier. And Jay, to your point, like Ehren, when he's first going for it, he's scared, he's nervous. But when he feels that first kick and it doesn't kick him in the nuts, because he's got the jock on, the whole idea is to get hit in the nuts, is for him to get hit in the nuts. When he feels the power of that first kick, that's when it's like he's salsa dancing. Like, it would be hard to try to shake your legs as much as he is. And the image of him slowly like shaking, like the way Preston shakes in Silence of the Lambs, in the Silence of the Lambs sketch,
or when he's King Kong,
or when he was King Kong.
Yeah.
exactly.
Potty, yeah.
And so it's like completely inconsolable. And then to have everyone in the background, like your supposed best friends, making fun of you by doing like some weird monster shuffle in the background, is like, you feel for the guy, but you're like, thank God someone thought to turn a camera on, because you couldn't write a situation like this. It can only happen between friends behind closed doors. It was perfect.
Should we go into those point form notes at this point, or what are we feeling?
Get a drum roll. Get a drum roll, folks. Pin the tail on the donkey sketch.
Mm-hmm.
Dash. So sketchy. Dash. The shake is legendary. Dash. Looks like Forrest Gump doing his Elvis walk.
Wow.
Pretty specific.
What?
Dash. Perfect shot. Dash. Should have been in cup test.
Honestly, this
those are good fucking notes.
Yeah, they're pretty good notes. No, I'm not gonna lie.
You're telling me that wasn't on point, the Forrest Gump? Like, when he's doing the Elvis dance at the beginning?
Kind of.
Forrest Gump.
It's been a long time since I've seen Forrest Gump.
He does this little dance, like he's like watching the TV. Forrest Gump like was pop culture
I've
for
heard of it.
every different thing.
Yeah.
But like throughout his life, so like Elvis was staying with him, and he learned to do that like little like Elvis dance. So Forrest Gump doing that little like hump with the leg braces on.
Uh-huh.
That was the same type of shake. Yeah,
very good.
I thought that was pretty good.
Okay. No, the notes were better than I expected.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting a whole lot after Mikey's, his predictions there, but not bad.
That's Mikey. He's always trying to drag me down, like, so it's like, I guess the difference is like, so I have these little notes right here. I can speak from the heart. You believe what I say. The people definitely believe what I say. Mikey's like that fucking dork who does the speech in speech class, and like you have to do the speech in front of the gym, and he writes his whole fucking speech. He doesn't do cue cards. Cue cards are supposed to be a little bumper to remind you of what you want to say, so you can speak from the heart, not like spitting some recited bullshit. Like, you would never be able to do good WWF promos, Mikey.
How did we get here?
Yeah, I took him off guard, didn't I?
I didn't. I actually didn't expect you to.
Mikey, the only way out of this,
so I don't really have
is
much
to
that
just
I
start
can
a promo. Start cutting a
say.
promo right now. Otherwise, I think
cut a promo right now.
You're toast
against
buddy.
me. Cut a Mikey versus Chris
I'm down for
promo,
that.
Guys, this is
actually Mikey versus Chris and Jake.
How great would it be if Mikey
had
had a
This
promo
tough.
prepared like 100 episodes ago, just in case this came up, and he's trying to find it on his computer right now?
He probably does. He's that much of a psycho.
guys. I gotta.
He's doing something over there. I don't know what it is.
No. It's just that I usually I can kind of predict the way these conversations are going to go. So I've got some notes to like give me some.
Well, let
things
me
I can
tell you
say.
something, brother.
Jesus Christ.
Let me tell you something about the name of the game. We are the Jackass Podcast, the slickest podcast in the East, the West, the north, and the south. And I will kiss your woman, and I will take her bed, and I will take her everywhere I want to go. I will fly her in planes, my brother. I will do whatever I want, because when I cut my promos and I talk my shit, they know I'm the greatest, slickest, walking, talkingest motherfucker that these games has ever seen.
Chris, you're just
And when
doing
you come to
Ric
face
Flair.
me at-
You're just doing Ric Flair right now.
No, I didn't do one single woo.
yeah, okay.
I didn't do one single woo.
Okay.
You didn't do a woo.
Okay,
That's
that's
fair.
fair.
But you
I was
should
trying
never
to do like a combination between Macho Man, Ric Flair, Jake the Snake, and Dusty Rhodes.
Okay, compliment sandwich time. First of all, you're going to take my woman's bed. I don't know how you're going to get it out of the house by yourself, but that's fine. Good. That's a good start. I would say work on not mentioning that you're doing a promo while you're cutting the promo, but also no woos. So not bad.
Yeah. Guys, I don't have much to say right now because we've gone off track. I didn't predict this conversation, so I don't have anything to say about this. If we could please get back to some type of conversation relative to what I would have expected us to talk about, so I can go back to my notes.
Well, brother, I will beat your ass like Bam does to Brandon Novak in the next scene.
Yeah. Don't mention the promo.
I mean, Preston
You're doing
Lacey.
good. Okay.
What is happening right now?
I
Is
don't
my
know.
mic on right now?
We're doing the Rocky 2 as the next scene.
No,
What?
I know.
So
Why?
We got to rate the sketch.
We definitely have to rate the sketch. I also I just keep
the fuck's happening
saying
right now? What are we
things
doing?
and then Chris just cuts to promo. I don't know. I'm like, do you hear what I'm saying at all or no?
no, I don't listen to anything you say ever.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
let's rate this.
Let's rate this one. Chris, you start us off. You seem pretty eager to talk today.
Well, brother,
Okay, everybody's got to rate it in a promo now. I mean, we're this deep in.
Okay. All right, Chris, go
I
for
would
it.
say that this sketch is so sketchy. The shake is legendary. It looks like Forrest Gump doing his Elvis walk. Perfect shot. Should have been in the cup test. And for that, I give this a 6.9 out of 10.
Nice. Jay, what about you?
Yeah, I have a feeling you don't want to go first. I mean, second, which I don't blame you for. I mean, I shouldn't have said anything in the fucking first place, but fuck, I guess here it goes. Wait, Chris, what did you rate this? Sorry,
6.9.
6.9 out of 10.
6.9. All right, that's not bad. Cause like, here's how I see it. Just give me a sec. Let me think of the rating first, so at least I can work that in.
Okay.
You know, I don't even know what I'm rating this yet because we just had a fucking shitstorm a few seconds ago. Okay, no, I think I know where I want to go with this one. I think this is pretty solid. Okay, here goes nothing. I guess. Fuck sakes. Well, I'll tell you something then. Listen up right here. You want a sketch like this? You bring in the donkey. You think, well, a donkey's got two balls, right? Two balls hanging down low like a man. It's got two balls. But I'll tell you, this sketch, brother. I don't want to say brother. That's Chris's thing. This sketch is.
I thought you guys were the
It's
nation of
hanging
domination.
It's hanging lower than the donkey can hang. It's hanging a lot lower because this sketch has got some testosterone. This sketch has got some manpower. This sketch is going. I think this sketch is hanging so low. Those balls are just dragging down on the ground, brother. And I'll tell you something. When they drag in the dirt, oh yeah, they'll get down and dirty, just like this cat right here. He gets down and dirty in the ring. Yeah. I'm not afraid of anything because I don't know how to do a promo, and I'm just trying to pull something out of my ass right now. As you can tell, all I really did was change my voice and just start rambling, and it's not working. Jay doesn't know how to cut a promo.
Stop mentioning
Fuck you
promos
guys.
in your promos, guys.
I
It's the
know.
one thing you
It's
guys
falling
shouldn't be
apart.
doing.
I don't know how to cut a promo. I was talking about the balls hanging low and being dirty on the ground. Listen, I'm not a professional wrestler, but I think this deserves an 8 out of 10 because it's fucking good, and it's the best like fucking visual in the movie. I meant that when I said that. Guys, this is like so fucking funny. I don't even have to see Aaron get hit in the nuts to laugh my ass off at this. Like, it's so good. And we've always said in the past about Aaron getting like fucking bullied and shit. No, they pick on him and all this stuff. But like, I don't feel like this is the snow cone levels of like, you know, we're degrading the guy. This is just like, if they didn't do the little like, what did you call it? The Forrest Gump dance in the background. Like, this would have lost so many fucking points for me. It would have been way worse, but just that alone just skyrocketed. So I'm going 8 out of 10 on this one based off that alone.
Love that.
Never make me do a fucking promo again. That was god-awful.
Well.
God-awful. Mikey, I hope you can save this thing.
Well, after this promo, you want to do another promo. I hear you talking about Danger Ehren as though he were bullied at some point in his life. Well, up from the ashes of the bullied man comes a man who's ready to star in his own movie. Oh yes, it's Danger Ehren with an 8 out of 10. The man, the myth, the legend. Oh! Where does he go from here? I don't know. Straight into the heels of a kicking mule. Straight into the heels of a kicking mule once more. Once more unto the breach. With my great Danger Ehren. Thank you for all your services. I'll see you in the afterlife. Hopefully the mule doesn't kick you in the head.
Oh. Mikey, wow. I swear to God, I'd take back every bad thing I've ever said about you. It was the greatest fucking thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life.
Okay, you guys knew I was going for Paul Bearer there.
Of course. The second he picked up the urn, I knew exactly what was going on.
Yeah, you didn't even have to say anything. Like, it was all,
the whole time, Jay, the whole time you were talking, I was like, I'm fucking going for Paul Bearer, and if this falls flat, it's going to be the most embarrassing 2 minutes of podcasting history I've ever done.
No, you sold it so fucking well. Once you picked up that urn, which is your like giant water bottle, because you're a fucking nerd. Mikey, I'm sorry, you're not a nerd. You're a fucking cool guy. I will not make fun of you for the rest of this podcast. I rest my case like you will rest.
Rest in peace.
I am not holding Chris accountable for that, though. I don't think he can go a fucking episode without.
It'll be tough. I'll try my best.
It's going to be fucking tough. Speaking of Paul Bearer, though, and good job on that, by the way, Mikey. That was very well done. I think you win the first prize for that one. The fucking Undertaker, though, like, I know he's the dead man, and I know he's a big star in the WWF world, but can he just like hurry it up a little bit? Because I mean, it takes him like fucking 15 minutes to get to the ring.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And how dare you?
I love him.
Fucking dare you?
I love the guy, but he could just speed it up a little bit. Put
sometimes he does. Sometimes the lights go out and he's all of a sudden choke slamming someone from behind within a split second. He knows how to play his cards. Undertaker is the greatest entertainer in WWF history.
I fucking love him. The dead man. There was this one time I remember he couldn't get the hat off. It was like stuck to his head. It was either that or the jacket. It was pretty funny though, because he walked out there for like 15 minutes and then he get to the ring to take the hat off and it like wouldn't fucking.
How does a hat get stuck to your head?
It was either that or the jacket. I can't remember, but it's pretty funny. God damn. But hey, I shouldn't be like shooting shit on any pro wrestlers because I can't even live up to the level that those guys are fucking talking at. But speaking of talking, guys, I want to keep talking a little bit about Rocky 2 here because, as Chris said, we do get the sequel, and this time it's with Preston Lacey. I gotta say, like the way this happens, did you guys notice this? Because it's always slow motion when we see a Rocky, right? So when they splash the water in the guy's face, this whole thing happens so fucking quickly that if you notice, they don't even react to the water before they get punched. There's like no look of surprise. There's no turn of the head. It's just like in slow-mo, you get a good like 3 seconds before impact. But I mean, it just goes to show at how hard he's probably fucking swinging at these guys because he deforms Preston's face on this one.
Like give me as many slow motion shots to the face as you can. That is like, in Electric Avenue, we had Bam go to the camera and say like, my new 3 least favorite things: tasers, snakes, and I can't remember the last thing that he says. And in me, I'm gonna rate like I used to love vomiting, and I still love vomiting. But honestly, slow motion shots to the face is up there now. Technology's gotten to the point where it's just such a treat to watch.
We fucked up. We should have made a plan to start rating the Rocky ones out of each other.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I think there's only 2 though, aren't there?
3. No, there's 3.
Are there 3? Okay.
But whatever, we didn't do it. What I found the funniest one about this one is that, much to my surprise, and I think everybody else's surprise, do a comparison between this one and the Novak one from the beginning. Novak's face moved in ways that you would think Preston's face would be able to move, and not the opposite. Yeah. Like the way that Novak's, like, it must have been a way harder shot because you would expect Preston's face to just jiggle in a crazy level, and it didn't do it nearly as much as Novak's did. So
Yeah.
I was a little let down with this one.
Well, I mean, look, you know, when he hit Novak, two things happened. One, Novak was sitting out there with his chin up, which is like the number one thing you're not supposed to do in boxing. Preston's looking down doing a signing, so he's tucking his chin. You know, he's protected. He takes the shot to the side of the head. It's going to hurt, but it's not going to jiggle you. It's not going to ring your bell the way Novak was.
Did this hurt you more, Mikey, or your favorite boxer of all time, Jake Paul, losing the fight the other day? Which one hurt you more?
I don't even want to give attention to that fighter. I don't like what he's doing to the sport.
Want to say his name.
I'll say his name, obviously, Jake Paul. And you know what? Credit, he got into the ring with a pro boxer. Good on him. He finally did it. He lost. Thank God. I hope we can move past this now.
Wow, Mikey's posturing. The text, if you would see the text message he sent me, he was like his number one biggest fan. And he was saying, like, it's so important to boxing.
Chris, that's Logan. That's Logan Paul.
No, you're saying Jake Paul is so important to boxing, and you just couldn't wait to see him beat a real boxer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. But fuck, that fucking hit. I just gotta, like, think about that for a second, guys. Like, you're just sitting there just fucking eating a hot dog or whatever, and someone just punches you in the side of the head, probably concussing you a little bit. You're not going to come away from that and not just be pissed off that somebody just did that to you. It's going to look good on camera, but in that moment, fuck, you probably, especially Preston, you're probably just fucking raging.
That's the
like,
funniest.
You're not happy.
That's the funniest thing about Preston is, like, you can see the anger in Preston right as leather hits face. Like, he's so quick to anger that in slow motion, even though it's like a split second, you can tell he's already thought of like 1,000 things and 1,000 ways to remount Bam. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one. I wish we did what Chris would have said there earlier and started rating them now that we're getting into them. I'd like to see which one's the best of the best. But when we get to number 3, just try to remember which one you like the most. We'll call it then, right then and there. But for now, we got to move on to what we're calling the blind side. This is Jared Allen and Eric. I think it's Eric Ainge, if I pronounce that correctly. But then we get a special face we haven't seen since maybe American Pie. It's Sean William Scott on ref duty?
Yeah.
What's going on here? This was strange, but I mean, he's here to hang
I
out.
see them take to the football field. I'm thinking stiff arm. Then the camera pans and we get stiff lure.
Here we go.
What is this about?
No.
Who would have thought?
I said I wouldn't make fun of you, Mikey, so I'm going to just rest my case there.
That's all right. Rest it there.
Oh, you can rest your case in peace.
I fucking love you, bro. You're so cool.
Just keep pulling that out. Cause
Would you guys have banged Stifler's mom back in the day?
Yeah, of course. Everyone would have.
Would you bang her now, like her
hot.
version of herself on White Lotus?
No, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Do you think 19-year-old yourself would do that?
Yeah, 100%. 19-year-old myself would have fucked Paul Bearer. I would. It doesn't matter.
I would have fucked the urn.
Yeah, I would have fucked the urn for sure. It was like a metal pocket pussy.
Yeah, ooh.
That was his double chin. That would have made a good pocket pussy.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
It would. Yeah.
Oh. So the blind side is we met. I don't know how you come out of that, but we're going to find out because Wee Man's going to hike the ball to Knoxville, right? We're all lining up on the fucking line here. And basically the linebacker is just going to come for fucking vengeance from behind Knoxville here. The whole point of this, we're not playing football here, guys. There is no game to be had. This is just to see how hard Knoxville can fucking take it. Preston fails at the block. Knoxville gets annihilated. And, oh my God, the crunch, the bone crunch. It is fucking incredible.
From behind,
not
too.
as good as the next hit.
Yeah,
but it's good.
Yeah, but this is like the blind side is like that's where you get hit as a quarterback and it ends your career. And Johnny Knoxville's like, yeah I'll try it. Why not? Give me a shot at it. And Jared Allen just goes straight for him and buries him in the fucking ground. So much so that his manager is going to be Paul Bearer in a little bit. Like he almost goes 6 feet under turf. It was rough. This one, they do a lot with the sound effects. But I feel like it's similar. We always use the reference of the hockey one, where I bet you this one
worse
hurts.
Than the hockey.
I think it is. I think it is worse than the hockey.
For the sound effects, you mean?
No, just in general. This might be one of the things I would least want to do.
Yeah,
I would rather.
Okay. You mean it's worse?
I'd rather do the butterbean fight than this personally.
No,
I don't know about that.
You take one shot to the head, you're down. This shit could fuck up your back, your ribs, you get a concussion on the way down. Anyways, it's
yeah.
This hits you from and it'd be one thing if the guys weren't like going 100%. Like when Johnny Knoxville makes that comment, remember next time, don't hit me with your purse.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. The balls
don't
on him.
egg these guys on.
Yeah.
These guys are like brought up in this like locker room culture of just bashing people. And they cannot allow, it's like if you're in jail and someone talks shit to you, it's like, I don't even care about that, but I cannot allow that on camera because I need to put my reputation up. They come at him. This is a career ending hit, like for most people. Like this is insanity. I would never do this under any circumstances.
It's pretty rough.
I feel like I have a better chance fighting Butterbean, getting knocked out and getting back up, and it's going to be less long-term damage.
Okay. Yeah, Knoxville gets fucking air on the second hit. That's how hard he's hitting him. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty incredible. But yeah, I could see the spinal trauma being a concern for sure, getting hit that fucking hard. Luckily, he kind of takes it on the side. Like if you could imagine coming direct from behind you though, or something like that, or you know, any way you get hit, it's gonna
I
suck,
honestly
though.
think the
There's really
first hit he takes from behind, I would be more worried about taking that than the second one. When you can see it coming and you can prep a little bit, but when it's coming from, like, you see the whiplash in his head and then his neck goes into the ground. That's pretty rough. The first one is.
This might be good for you, Mikey.
Just to like straighten out
Straighten
my
your
spine.
scoliosis. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you hit you from the right angle, you might be back to normal.
All of a sudden, I'm 2 inches taller and I can twist my
Handsome
body properly.
finally, and
Yeah.
Finally.
We're going to have to write down some fucking algorithms for that one so we can hit you right just the right way, right velocity, all that shit. We'll fix all your problems. That's it's basically being a chiropractor at this point. Like you're just doing it out of your garage or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's gnarly, man. The fucking hit is no joke, and holy fucking shit. Props to Knoxville, though, for taking one hit and then, as Chris said, you know, calling the guy out and running his mouth as he does, because like there's just something in him. Like Knoxville can turn off that survival instinct, you know.
Turn off the survival. Yeah. Most of us want the survival instinct. Johnny's the guy who knows how to shut it down when he needs to. It's fucking wild.
I don't know. Like I wouldn't. There's no way in hell I'd have the balls to say something like that.
No, of course
to
not.
a fucking linebacker.
Yeah.
No fucking way. But he did it, and I love after the second hit, he asks, "Did I catch it?"
It's his new attempt at his butter being okay.
Yeah. Up next, we've got special guest and I think star of the episode. Spoiler alert: Will the Farter here. God damn, how do you contain such a dragon in the depths of your cornhole? I don't know. This guy is basically think Dave England shitting on command, farting on command is his thing, and he gets some great farts. Like this guy could get work in Hollywood just recording sound effects and selling them, you know, stock sounds, farts. He can do just about anything you want. You request it, this guy can do it. He's a real pro.
He is a pro.
I respect this man. We're going to stick some things in his ass, though, and make some noise. Starting with a party noisemaker.
That's the definition of a pro, for sure.
That's it, baby. Guys, the noisemaker in 3D, you remember this being awesome in the theater, right? When it kind of pokes out at you. You get the little party whistle in the background.
I don't remember that in 3D. No. Honestly, 5 minutes into a 3D movie, I forget that I'm watching a 3D movie.
Yeah, they do little things where they like have certain shots in this movie to remind you.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Like the
this is a 3D
dildo to the
thing.
screen.
They don't quite use it enough. I felt like I remember on my first watching of this movie, I was like, shit, like it's a 3D movie, but a lot of it didn't really need it. It's more of a gimmick.
Yeah.
But this was one I remember laughing at pretty hard because it's just a fucking visual. Like you got the guy's ass blurred out in the background, and then you got this thing's fucking. It was great. But yeah, we sorry.
No,
go ahead, Mike.
just a bit of background. This guy, Will the Farter, is like, he was on Howard Stern for a long time. Like he actually is somewhat notorious as someone who farts on command can be. I looked him up to see what he's doing nowadays too. He's on Cameo, so he's there if you want. He's rated 5 stars.
Say fucking alphabets and farts.
He can. He's like, he
maybe.
usually says things like, "Hey Tony, heard you like farts. Happy birthday." Like it's pretty, I mean, it's exactly what you would expect, but
What is it with Cameo and it's I heard you like blank? That's like always the fucking thing they all do.
because I think there's just a very limited number of prompts where it's like, tell me something that your grandma likes, and then the person's like fucking farting, and then the guy
I heard you like fucking dead people. You know?
I heard you like, yeah.
Yeah.
This guy though, I don't know what it is about him. He makes me uncomfortable. Like there's something about the look of him. The only way I can put it into words is he looks like a fart personified. He looks like
There you go.
he has this like weird, crooked face.
Even with the shorts that he's wearing, he's a saggy human being. He's like his whole eminence is as if it's like a fart cloud.
Yeah, he's like Slimer from Ghostbusters in human form too. He's like ethereal. Like he enters the room the same way a fart does. Like it just kind of like rolls in there, and you're like, oh, what is that smell? Yeah, he creeps me out, and I honestly did not like this sketch or this stunt, this segment because of him. I don't like looking at him.
And I'll tell you firsthand, to be a professional farter, your body doesn't have to look like that. I was in Thailand. I guess ever tell you guys my Thailand stories?
I've heard a few of them, yeah.
Well, we went to a ping pong show where people shoot things out of their vaginas and buttholes.
I love how you slowed down there as though you were going to censor yourself. We went to don't know how else to say it, a ping pong show, which is where a man.
I could have said cunts and fart boxes, but I was trying to be polite. But anyways, I legitimately saw a girl with a dart gun, lay on the stage, and about 8-10 feet away, a guy put a balloon on his head, and she shot a fucking dart directly at him and popped the balloon. I've seen that several times. So seeing this guy out here, like, I'm not too impressed. These girls were hot that were doing it too. They're a little run down. They're probably like 47, but like they've been in the game for a while, and you could tell they're professionals. But I don't know how somebody would actually trust. Like you have to have. I wouldn't have that trust in anybody.
No, of course.
I wouldn't have that trust in William Attell or whatever his name was that did the Apple thing.
Yeah, William Attell.
Never mind a pussy dart.
Dave Attell's brother, William Attell.
Yeah.
Who's the comedian? David Attell.
Dave Attell.
And then who's the guy that does the
William Tell.
Attell.
William Tell.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can throw an A on there. If you want.
I know this guy was weird,
I'm
but
okay with it.
That being said, I love a fart, and I love a fart joke.
Yeah.
They always make me happy. So I was a little less criticism of it as you were, Mikey.
Yeah.
Critical.
Yeah, it's not that like I liked the concept of it. He just made me uncomfortable. Like I want him in the room as much as I want a fart in the room. I just want it to be over. Like when he's around, I just want his presence to end.
Yeah.
And
what do you think it's like sexual fetishes that creeps you out so much? There's obviously something there. What would you guess?
What his fetish is?
Yeah.
I think he's finally like, look, we talk about like the powerful CEO who's used to just bossing people around, who wants to be bossed around in the bedroom. I think this guy's so used to shooting things out of his ass. All he wants you to do is shove things up there for once.
Yeah. I think animals, like not even like gerbils, like that celebrity guy. I think he's like going with like cats and dogs.
A full ass cat?
I think so.
A full cat.
Without sharpened nails. Like I think he wants to get real sick.
Yikes. That's gotta be tough, man. Meow, as they say.
Yeah, I can't imagine that coming back out.
No.
Fuck. But I mean, hey, they stick all sorts of other non-living things up his ass, like a trumpet.
The trumpet's
jazz
funny.
back to the working man, says Pontius, which is great. Like he's always right there with one-liners. But I think the highlight is when he asks, "Can I bum a smoke?" And yeah, they're going to do this. They're going to light a fart and light a smoke with it, which happens like with little effort. Like I thought it was going to take way longer to get this to actually go. And I mean, like 10 seconds later, Bam's sitting there sucking on the end of this shitty cigarette. And there you go, which apparently actually did have a little speck of shit on the end.
That's so gross.
Which he did not realize till after taking a hit off it. So
that's
pretty good.
That's the only time like you're in a room with this guy who's farting a ton, and the only time someone vomits is when like Bam actually puts a cigarette in his mouth that had been in there. Do you guys think? I bet you his farts don't smell at all. I think it's just air coming in and out, right? Yeah. How about the moment though when SteveO does kind of your Thailand trick, Chris, where he puts a balloon in his ass and then it's on Will the farter to put a blow dart in his butt and shoot it at him. The best part about this is how, if you watch Chris Pontius in the background, he gets so concerned for SteveO's balls. He's like, no, guys, he's about to break it all up. Like he's very, very concerned. And you can even hear him say at one point, he's like, SteveO, don't get your balls in the way of harm. Like he's like trying to talk him out of doing this. It was very sweet. I love their relationship.
They have the best relationship.
Dude, you do not want to puncture in your sack from fucking behind. Ugh. No thanks. But the way he sucks up the dart and just like he kind of like lets it go, and it's like you're saying, Mikey, Chris Pontius is there. He's trying to like stop this from happening. Everybody's not really prepared yet. But dude just fucking lets it go. Like he's like, fuck it, I'm ready to go. I got a fart cooked up. I'm just gonna shoot and see what happens. Like SteveO's not even really ready yet. So it catches everybody by surprise when the balloon just goes pop.
Yeah.
And the whole room just erupts laughing because nobody saw it coming. And there's a moment there you're glad everybody's safe, that no balls were punctured, but it's wholesome for some reason, and I don't know why. But
were you guys doing any sort of anal Kegel activity while watching this, seeing if you could maybe suck up some air up there?
Nah, didn't occur to me.
I don't think I tried
I
it.
100% was. I was like, I'm looking at his movements. I'm trying to angle. It didn't really work.
It's,
but
it's the kind of thing I don't want to figure out that I have. I don't want to know that I have that skill because I don't think I would ever stop doing it, you know?
a great skill.
Yeah, but like I would always want to do it. Like if you one day reached out to yourself, like reached out and like pretended to use the force and like something came over to you, I would never leave my couch. I would use the force for everything. And if I found out I could suck air up into my ass and fart at will, I would never hold down a job ever again. Boardroom meetings would just be me farting the whole time. Every time I get someone makes an uncomfortable comment, if there's silence in the movie theater, like I would cue one up and I just wouldn't be allowed out in public.
As you should.
Yeah, if I could.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a talent, you should share it with the world. It's selfish not to. So you'd kind of have to. But guys, one thing you maybe don't want to share is your dog with the neighbor when your dog's one of those kind of dogs that just goes around fucking biting everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of those.
We spend a whole segment talking about farting out your ass, and you couldn't segue using something to do with asses.
I couldn't. I could. I was going to do a whole German Shepherd thing, but then I thought, well, should I be making fun of Germans right now? Should I do an accent? Should the dog have an accent? Nah, fuck it. I'm just gonna wing it. But that clearly did not work. But I'll tell you, this one is one that I think have you guys ever been in a situation where you've had a dog like fucking actually legit bite you? Like a big dog. I'm not talking like a fucking Pomeranian or a fucking, Shih Tzu or something. I'm talking like a big dog like this motherfucker here, like a fucking police dog.
In Alberta, actually. I had a Great Dane jump and knock me on my chest and stand in front of my face and bark. That was probably the scariest dog experience I had at our cousin's place when I was walking the 7-Eleven down the hill.
Oh, Jay, do you know that 7-Eleven, the one down the hill?
Yeah, we only have one of those here. Yes,
it's a pretty cool spot.
Mm-hmm.
That would be scary. Great Danes are enormous. That would be terrifying. I've never been bit by a large dog, but I have a dog, a small dog, and even if you get your hand kind of in between it and a chew toy, and it's not meaning to bite you, but it kind of gets a little bit of you, fuck, it hurts so much. I couldn't imagine what it would feel like to have a dog actually want to hurt you. They're so powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, this one they sick on Knoxville, he's kind of hanging from like a wooden pole, and he's trying to hang up there, and obviously he doesn't want to be down on the ground, so the dog can't drag him down, get on top of him or whatever, but he's hanging up there and he's shouting Oklahoma.
Yes.
I think a couple episodes ago we talked about
safe word from Mikey?
Yeah, I thought the
or
same
is that a
thing.
coincidence?
That's the safe word that they used in. Remember when Preston Lacey had to they always use the safe word
that's
Oklahoma.
the pig. They use that in the pig as well.
No, but remember in I think it was Jackass season 2 or 3 when they bring Preston Lacey into the hotel room and they bring a dominatrix.
Oh,
his safe word is Oklahoma, and then that's when Jay spent half the fucking episode explaining the plot of the play Oklahoma. That's burned in my memory. I will never forget it.
Yeah, that was the worst day of my life.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys fucking let me host the show, but that's your fucking problem. So he gets an ass wound. He says my ass meat hurts. It hurts. It looks like it hurts. But that's pretty much the end of that. I almost wonder, kind of like it was cool to see Knoxville take on a dog, but it kind of felt like something that should have been maybe in one of the episodes of the TV show and not the movie.
Yeah,
I kind of don't know why this was here.
It was. I think it was Johnny Knoxville's excuse to show how caked up he is now. Because in the next scene, you see him getting his butt patched up, and he's got some juicy hams on him. His ass is looking pretty good. I think it's in the contract.
Yeah, that BBL dog.
That BBL. What's BBL?
You don't know what a BBL is?
No, what's BBL?
I don't know if you're fucking with me or not.
Big booty lift. Big butt.
No.
What?
The Brazilian butt lift. It's like taking over the world.
Oh, okay.
It's like this crazy thing that all these chicks are doing. They're going down there. They're getting the BBLs. It's super dangerous. It basically sucks the fat from their stomach and they inject it into their ass.
Ah.
That's why all these girls have these fat asses nowadays. It's terrible. It's super dangerous, and that's the trend. And then like in like 5 years, it's going to go back to skinny girls again, and then they're going to be stuck looking like that, and it just sucks.
And it's going to age,
Yeah.
hang low.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like too.
And they're never done right. Like there's some nice ones, and it's like if in proportion, but like man, when it's not in proportion, it just looks fucking disgusting. Man, figure it out. Do some squats, dog.
It's like how our hey Chris, when was the last time you did a squat?
I fucking going and trying. What the fuck are you? What are you talking about?
You can't sit here and tell people to do squats. Come on.
I can.
What?
If I'm not out there trying to put myself up like a sex symbol.
Yo, back up from the mic when you want to yell.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
A little bit. Wouldn't hurt.
Even though I did say I'm a sex symbol, I'm a podcaster
I
before.
was going to say.
But I'm a sex symbol in my own sexy way. I'm not trying to change my body. I think that is too much, you know?
Yeah.
If you want to go do that, like, come on.
Yeah, there's an element. Yeah, I mean, we should be advocates of trying to get your body in shape, doing a little bit of exercise for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Too much of this, like, body positivity. Like, everyone looks good. Like, I don't think I fucking look good. I'm not saying I look good.
I am.
I'm saying I'm sexy. I'm a comedian. My hair looks fantastic. I think I'm a sex symbol still. But, like, it's always good to want to work on yourselves. Don't sit there being a fat fuck and be like, I can't improve myself. I'm just saying.
Every time,
it's not good for you.
Every time I think you're about to turn this around and say like a good message, you throw something like that in.
That is a good message. It's not healthy. It's not healthy to be a fat fuck. I need to get healthier. I am saying that honestly. It's out there. But like to sit around and be like, oh, you're a fucking beautiful queen when you're fucking 400 pounds, fuck off.
Yeah. I think
maybe if you genuinely believe that and you're happy with that, true. But I guarantee fucking to you deep down, you're not saying there being like, I'm happy with how I am. So fucking be honest with yourself.
I've always
thought
people. There's kind of like two mixed messages there where it's like, or they're like mixing the narratives where I think feeling good about yourself, regardless of the shape you're in is a good thing. But I also think that you should, strive to be a bit more active. Everyone can be. I don't think that those two things always have to be like connected. And I think those two arguments are always made in the same breath, which I don't think is necessary.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like fucking fat and like really fat, do I even want to go down this road?
I don't know, Chris. Do you? You tell me. Am I going to have to edit this again? Am I going to have to edit it?
No, because it's not racist like the last one, so it's okay. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. I'm going to leave this out.
Okay.
I'm going to let this beast lie.
Jay, what are your thoughts on fat people?
Oh man, I don't know what to say about that.
A little twink like him, he fucking loves them. Get a little bareback, bear on the bareback.
I cannot top Chris on this episode. I will say this though. Dad went to the supermarket to get liquor and smokes. He did come home the next morning. He's just a little hungover now, so don't bring up any touchy subjects because he might get a little angry. I feel, Chris, you're putting on some wife-beaten dad post-hangover vibes out into the show right now is what I'm trying to say.
No, I would never
triggered
wife beat
right
my
now.
dad.
What's going on? Are you okay?
I would never
wife beat my dad.
Wife beat my dad.
That's what he said, some wife beating dad vibes.
Yeah,
I never wife beat my dad.
My mom, on the other hand,
saying.
I'd straight up cold clock her.
Oh, if that bitch was acting up, you know.
I think I know what's going on, actually. I just figured it out. Chris is in a bad mood now. It's nothing to do with liquor and smokes. No. That's just, I'm not looking deep enough. What it is he's repressed his ability to make fun of his brother now.
It's got to come out
he's
somewhere
holding
else.
all that shit in.
Jay, thank you. I didn't want to say it myself. I've been doing a good job so far.
Yeah.
Mike hasn't taken really much flack since then.
I think for the safety of the people and the podcast, this is a nuclear reactor situation right now. You can't just you gotta like vent that exhaust somewhere, or this is gonna get very unstable, and we don't know what the consequences are gonna be. There might not be an episode 102.
I made a commitment. I'm ready to go off on everybody else on the world other than Mikey, to be honest. So we'll see.
You're gonna cause a nuclear fallout just because you can't make fun of your brher anymore because he did a half decent Paul Bearer impression.
A great Paul Bearer. Yeah,
okay,
I'd rather
a great
fucking
Paul
take out the
Bearer
world.
impression. Okay. So this next one is something that I guess without any explanation, just seeing the visual on screen of a string tied to Chris Pontius's cock, I'm thinking, hey, where's that going? I want to know where that's going. So here's where it's going. We're jumping in the helicopter, the remote control helicopter, not a real helicopter. his dick would be fucking flying over a forest somewhere if it was a real helicopter. Probably putting out some fires, doing the world some good. But yeah, it's a toy helicopter, and they're basically going to pilot this thing with his dick, which is, God, it's just genius
not pilot
somehow.
it with his dick. They're piloting it while it's attached to his dick.
Yeah, it's a complicated mechanism. Knoxville's got the remote control.
Right.
And they're basically, you're right, they're going to pilot his dick with the helicopter is a better way to say it, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's not a great way to say it, but we're getting there.
It's towing some cargo.
And too much cargo for it to handle, let's be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly, yeah. And I love that it's just, you don't really need me to like explain it any more than that. You can pretty much get the visual of it whipping around and stuff. But I think what they might have been trying to do here is some poetry, and that's to see if a helicopter could helicopter his dick. Which didn't really, it kind of almost happens. But there's this moment I got to point out, which I thought was so fucking funny, is they're yelling throttle back when the helicopter goes out of control. They're yelling throttle back, throttle back. Like, I know they're talking to Knoxville because he's got the control, but I think it's just so much funnier if you think of, they're yelling at Pontius to fucking throttle back as if his dick has some sort of control over the...
Have mercy, they're yelling. Have mercy.
Yeah. Anyway.
There's, the poor guy screaming from off screen. It's like they rented this remote control helicopter from like a hobbyist or something. And they're like, can we, by any chance, we're a big Hollywood production. We don't need to get into the details, but can we borrow that helicopter for like a day or so? And he's like, I've been working with my son on this here helicopter for nigh on 6 months. We finally got the rudders up and running. I would be obliged. Thank you for putting this in a Hollywood movie. And then they get to set and Chris Pontius is naked and they're just like,
They're like, we hearing that queer shit.
Too late. It's already tied.
Go,
It's quick.
And then you can hear him pleading from off screen like, that is my favorite toy helicopter. He'd probably kill me for calling it a toy helicopter. It's like a hobby helicopter. Just miserable at the fact that it's crashing and burning. Like, I didn't realize these things could explode, but that thing is fucking demolished. Johnny runs it into the ground.
That's what happens when you try and fucking carry that monster cock.
That's true. I don't blame Johnny for this. I blame the dick. My favorite part
every
of
airplane
this,
you have to get on the planes, they weigh the baggage, they weigh the loads. Like, they just did not take that time to take that seriously.
Yeah, actually, last time I went on a plane, they gave me that like luggage tag where it's like a sky check. You have to sky check it. Like, you can't, your bag is slightly too big. You can't put it under the seat. And I heard that when Pontius flies, they have to wrap one of those sky check luggages around his cock, and he has to pick it back up after the flight's over.
As should any good man.
As should any good man. No, my favorite part about this one, or Pontius's reaction to it, because he's like kind of erratic when the helicopter's sort of taking off. He's like doing these weird jerky movements with his hand. But there's one time when the helicopter's like flying off into the sunset, I guess, which is on the other side of Pontius behind the camera. And he's looking at the helicopter, like with his hands above his eyes, as though he's like peering deep into nature, like he spotted loons across the lake or something. It's just such a weird image to see a naked dude with his dick like flapping in the breeze being tugged by a helicopter, and he's just like hands up, curved above his eyes, blocking out the sun. It's almost beautiful.
Yeah, in a strange way, there's some beauty there, and there's so much beauty in anything that involves Chris Pontius's man meat getting flung around. Yeah. Whether it's dressed up as a giant fucking Godzilla monster or tied to a helicopter. There's always fun to be had, and he gets a lot of mileage out of that thing.
Yeah, he
so
does.
Glad it made an appearance.
Is his male penis the most penis that you got the joy out of in the history of male penises? Sorry, Jay, this question doesn't apply to you because obviously you've had a bit more experience, but...
Well, but no, his is of a pretty high caliber. So really, even if we can just sweep all those other ones under the rug, I'm just picturing
I don't think another male penis has brought more smiles to my face than Pontius's.
Yeah, no, I think you're probably right. Like, its entertainment chops are definitely through the roof. Got to give it to him.
I agree with you, Jay, though. Since you said that, I haven't stopped thinking of that image of people sweeping dicks under rugs.
Yes, no, it's great,
horrifying.
Right? Just don't look under there. Yeah, it is horrifying. At least, you want to see a real man of the people. I urge you to take a look under my rug, because All different denominations.
Oh,
of dicks
yeah.
down there. I don't discriminate.
And you're notorious for having a rug with dicks of all shapes, sizes, colors, creeds under it. And I commend you for that.
What does creeds mean?
Creeds would be like different factions of belief.
Can a dick believe?
Oh, a dick can believe.
A dick can believe.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I'm sorry you had to even ask, Jay, because that says a lot about you.
Does it? Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. I shouldn't have asked, but it was on the tip of my tongue, like so many of those dicks that I swept under the rug. Novak's slingshot surprise here. He's on his phone, and they just fucking like whiff a medicine ball, by the way, a fucking medicine ball into the back of his head. Yeah, you want to talk about like spine, neck trauma? That would do it pretty quick, especially from the distance. Like they're like directly behind him.
I think,
it's not even.
I think it's actually like. Do you remember in season 3 they had? It was one of the episodes where Dunn fought a UFC fighter, and they had those kind of those balls on a elastic string that you see in a boxing
UFC
gym.
Fighter.
No, not from the movie. This was from, I think, season 3, where Dunn fights. It was Nigel the Hammer.
It was Nigel Hammer, yeah.
Who switched from boxing in season 1 to UFC in season 3. But prior to Dunn actually fighting Nigel, they have a bunch of fun like pulling that punching bag thing back and snapping it, and that's what they do here. It's not actually like a medicine ball that slings. It's one of those things. So they actually need a bit of help. They've got Dave England on one side, who's holding like one side of the elastic band, and Bam is the one who pulls it back. And I can't remember who was on the other side of it, who helped him out too. But once Novak's been hit and he's like down for the count, this was a massive smack to the face. Dave England immediately puts his hands in the air like, dude, I had nothing to do with it. You were literally 1/3 of the problem, Dave. You absolutely had a ton to do with it. Like, how dare you try to shift blame on this as if you didn't know what was going to happen?
I can count the amount of things on my hand. And these guys have been through a lot, and we've seen a lot of stunts, a lot of pranks, et cetera, that would make me just like either just be like, fuck you, you're not my friend anymore, or punch someone straight in the face. You know what I mean?
Which do you think hurts someone more?
Depends on the person.
Telling them you're not their friend anymore.
No, but it's like there's certain that I could play it into a lot of jokes, et cetera.
Yeah.
But if this happened to me, I don't know how disoriented I'd be, but most likely I'm punching that person right in the fucking face as hard as I can. And towards the end of this movie, there's another one where it's just like, I'll kill you. Like, I will fucking murder you if you do this to me. Like, it's just not a joke. Like, you know I don't like this.
Yeah.
I will fucking murder you.
Yeah.
And before I do that, I'm knocking you out cold clean. I'm not even playing the joke. So it's like...
Oh, see, I thought you were going to say before you do that, you're going to tell them in no uncertain terms they are no longer your friend. So they die knowing
Well, they would know after. When they're down on the ground, I'd fucking spit on them and say, you're not my friend anymore. This is one of those ones. This isn't even funny. Like, to me, it's not a joke. This just hurts, and it's just stupid. Yeah. Like, at least the Rocky, it's like, okay, I'll take this slug in the face because there's a gimmick. It's funny. This is just straight brutal. I don't like this one.
I actually kind of agree with you. I felt bad for Novak in this one. It, like when you get hit by the hand in the high five, it doesn't really hurt. It's more about the image. This one would actually just feel really bad.
It hurts. Yeah. It's lost in the shot. There's no like gimmick behind it. It's just, you're basically just sucker punching me in the face.
That's yeah.
I don't like that. My friends don't do that with me.
Yeah, it's pretty like you guys said. Just think of the weight of one of those fucking things hitting you, man. I don't know. I didn't really care for it either, but
counterpoint. Hear me out. Novak was wearing a fedora, so
counterpoint. He was on heroin,
so he
probably
even
couldn't afford a better hat.
He didn't even feel it then. Yeah, man. When he fucking got hit, though, I got to say, like he was actually pretty cool with it after it happened, despite everything, which you got to give him credit for, because holy shit, that probably doesn't feel very good.
Because it's clearly drug addict Novak who's happy to be around because he has opportunities to get money and get shit from people and drinks, et cetera. Like, to me, this is bum fights.
Wait, but you love bum fights.
I know, but it was funnier then because at least it was funny. This was just not funny.
Okay, fair.
Like Rufus was like in the game, you know. Rufus the stunt bum. He got himself tattooed. He was fucking egging people on. Like there was a gimmick behind it.
Right.
If you're gonna make bums fight, I guess this is more of my story. You're gonna make bums fight. At least make it funny.
You heard it from Chris. You heard it from Chris first.
Man of the people. I'm all about I'm all about giving people opportunity.
Okay. That's fine.
Chris is all about redemption. Right, Jay?
Yeah, I was gonna say Chris is all about redemption until you fucking fill the river with snakes in the Snake River Redemption. Do you really think that this fucking river, though, that Dunn is suited up as Evel Knievel to jump over in a mini bike, is filled with snakes? Can you imagine? Are there water snakes at the bottom of that Snake River?
I hope not. I would imagine.
Fucking water snakes, by the way, is the worst fucking invention.
Yeah.
Why does that exist?
God really dropped
the
the ball on
worst.
that one.
Exist.
The worst. And they chase people. They like to chase people in the water.
Yeah.
They get off on
that
it.
shit's fun. Yeah, they
do.
get off on it.
Fucking
And
assholes.
I like, let's hope the stakes are up and that is a fucking river filled with water snakes, because the fucking setup on this got me excited. I don't know about you guys, but there's just something about, they got Wee Man on the other side in a leprechaun outfit with the pot of gold. He's playing into it. He's dancing around. He's having fun. Dunn's in the Evel Knievel outfit. They got this, they call it the runway for the bike. They call it the microwaved bacon ramp because it's got like it's like orange and white in the middle. And I just thought, holy shit, like there's something about this that was like, good. We're back to another Jackass sketch that's clearly had some thought put in, some setup, and it gives you that excitement because they start off with like kind of a behind the scenes thing where they're looking at the bike and Dunn's making fun of the weld on the bike, like the thing's just going to crumble apart.
Yeah, it's like bike is a very loose term. We are very broadly using the term bike to define this thing.
Totally. Like they're drip feeding you here is the point I want to get at, which I love because they don't just go, here's the sketch. It's like we're building up one thing at a time and you're progressively getting more and more excited for it. And then you get to see Bunny the lifeguard and you're just like, fuck, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Like I'm sold. Bunny's here. This is going to be good.
Did you guys notice
it's good.
Bunny's bought a bikini?
Yeah. Pontius has worn this before. He's got his Confederate flag.
What's that flag called? Like
the Confederate flag.
Yeah. I was going to say the real American flag, but you can say what you want.
Isn't that your toilet seat cover?
Okay, hang on.
I've been to Chris's house, unlike you, Mikey, who doesn't even visit his fucking brother.
No, because I'm going to have to spend all my time fixing his fucking internet. Chris, explain to us why that is the real American flag.
I was trying to make a joke, and then you beat me to the punchline, and I still had to say the joke. But here's the funny thing about the Confederate flag, right?
What's funny?
There's so many funny things about the Confederate flag.
And this is like the reality. So the people that fly, the people that are known right now, quote unquote, to fly the American flag,
I don't
are all like they say it's all about freedom and America and this and that and this and that. Like that's like the main thing about the Confederate flag. This is our flag. This is freedom.
Right.
We're supposed to be American. But in essence, the Confederate flag was the flag that was the Confederates flew, which is against the United States of America. So the same people that they're holding the flag for were the people that were actually trying to take over America almost in a terroristic type way. Does that not make sense?
Well, it was all America back then.
Yes.
There was
but
the
the Confederates were
Union Army
basically
and the
trying to
Confederate
separate
Army.
from America or trying to take over America and maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think the irony you would say is they're banging the drum on freedom and don't tread on me and all this stuff. But the Confederates fought for slavery, which is the opposite of that. That's the irony, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just all bad, I think.
It's a cool looking flag though, let's be honest. It's got some power.
You know what? I've said this. I said it about Nazis, so I'll say it about
I'd say the same thing too.
The flag doesn't look uncool, you know?
Yeah.
It's a decent design. Yeah. I don't love what it stands for, but
I'm trying to
I just try to dig Mikey in there deep.
I've had some bad segues this episode, but this is just I'm not at that level yet, guys. It's only been 100 episodes. Where do we go from here? Snakes. Oh, wait, hold on. Leprechaun. No, hold on.
You had it. I said when I was talking about the Confederate Army, I said, "Don't tread on me." And on that flag, there's the snake.
I know.
With all, you know.
Huh? I was trying to help the people forget about the terrible, terrible atrocities of the the slavery war. But we can loop back to that if you'd like to tie into the
Some call it slavery war, some call it freedom war, whatever.
All right. Well, Bunny the lifeguard's here. Fuck yeah.
Bunny's
guys.
here wearing Confederate underwear.
Oh shit. Fuck, I did it again. Oh, we just went right back into it. Oh, goddamn. Listen, just start your motherfucking engine.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes.
Like the Dukes of Hazzard. Fuck!
Oh, no, Jay, no.
It looks pretty dope with that orange smoke that's coming out the back, though. That they put some rocket fuel on that thing.
They're supposed to make it a rainbow, no?
It was supposed to be a rainbow, but I think when you mix every... I will say that the whole setup of this one, I love. I love how it's supposed to, like, you can tell that this one, when they wrote it down on the cocktail napkin, was supposed to be this big show. It was supposed to be this big production, like rainbow in smoke on a ramp that goes across the river, and it's Snake River Redemption because Ryan Dunn failed to jump the river the last time he did it on the BMX in like early Jackass. We got the leprechaun. It's going to be this giant, fuck yeah, America. But it all comes together in such a rinky-dink way. It's like the Wish.com version of the stunt that they wanted. And that fact makes this so enjoyable for me for some reason. I really liked it, even though it like did not work.
But do you not think that this is what they did want? Because if they wanted to do if they didn't want to do the Wish version, you think they couldn't get a proper bike? Like they did not want this to work. I think it almost worked like it almost did work. I don't think they expected it to work that well. Like he almost didn't make the jump. I think they wanted him back in the Snake River.
Yeah, baby.
You know what I mean?
I mean more like just the production value around it. But I think you're right. I think they kind of purposely made it ramshackle. And I think that was a good thing. Like even Jay, you mentioned the cooked bacon ramp. Not just because of the color, it's because it was like wavy. Like the ramp was not a good ramp.
Someone even said it like it's good luck. It's going up.
Yes.
Like a ramp's supposed to be going down. Like they noticed that, right? So
here's my question though about these sorts of things. And like, I guess shots fired at Evel Knievel. I'm not sure. But when it comes to with what I'm about to say, when it comes to jumping motorcycles off ramps, like there is only bravery. There's no skill involved, right? Like you're just going fast, right? Is there is there a skill that or are you just going and you need the balls to do it?
If you're just doing a straight jump, maybe. But number one, I tried to take a 4-wheeler over a tabletop and just landing, like you expect to land this way, I flipped over the front of it, killed myself. So like you need to know.
Killed yourself?
So bad, I was dead. I'm actually a ghost.
Oh no.
Yeah. So everything that I've said that was offensive this entire time isn't actually me. It's my ghost trying to abbreviate my past.
Chris, I know I've got just the manager for you.
Who is it?
Oh, don't either.
I'm not going to say it again.
Get it out there.
I'm not going to say it again. I got to say
Bring me back, baby.
I've already done it 4 times.
I knew he was going to do it. Yeah.
Jay, what do you think? You've been kind of quiet on this one. Did you like this one?
Yeah, it was fine. I don't know. I think the setup was good. I was excited for the setup. The jump's pretty good. The landing looks like he fucks his knees up pretty hard because he lands like it's a mini bike, right? So he gets that forward momentum. He starts tilting forward and then he lands in like a crouch position, knees down. So I was almost wondering like, is that because he's kind of like wincing in pain, if you notice, when he's down on the ground. And I was thinking like, did he nut himself on the bike? To me, when I watched the replay, it looks like he probably hit his knees so fucking hard. He was just like, he was just like incapacitated for a few seconds, because they're asking him like, you okay? And it takes him, a couple seconds before he's able to put the thumb up. Be like, I'm fine. But holy shit, yeah, the landing looks rough.
He lands on the wrong side of the jump. Like the jump is angled up because it's the bank of the river and then angled down because that's where he's supposed to go. He lands on the angled up part, and you're right. I think he just kind of like, he probably kneed himself in the chin, and it hurt his nuts and it hurt his knees and it hurt his nose where his knees hit. Like it looked pretty rough.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, like coming off fucking jumps on my bike and learning to do that. There's a couple times you fucking slide off the seat and you hit yourself on the crossbar, right in the balls, and it's just like that fucking feeling. I can't imagine going at that speed and having that bike just fucking just real tight right into you, like a nice metal hug right to the balls.
Do you remember when we were kids, the girl bikes? and the guys' bikes were different. The guys' bikes had a straight crossbar, and the girls' bikes had like a V crossbar. They went down.
It's a sick joke.
It should be the opposite way around, no? There's way less of a chance of you sacking yourself if the high part of the V is going down. But if you looked at those girls, like remember we had the Huffies and stuff? It was like a big difference. That's how you could tell.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
It's 90s shit. I don't know if that exists anymore, but that definitely was the way in the 90s.
Yeah.
Now you got the... Never mind.
Well, do you guys want to give this one a rating?
All right. Yeah.
I'll lead us off to give you guys some time to cool down. This one, I loved the setup. And I'm struggling, like, sometimes with the stunt, the best thing is when it goes out with not a bang, but a whimper. You know, like when the setup is so big and then the effect isn't big, that's sometimes the joke. But I don't know that it's enough of a soft landing to make this really good, you know, for all of the pomp and circumstance around it. I think it was kind of a miss, and I think the original Snake River was kind of a miss as well. I think this one was almost an excuse to just give Ryan Dunn some screen time, because I know after Jackass 2 he had a pretty big point of time where he was dealing with a shoulder injury and Lyme disease and depression and all that stuff, and they wanted to give him like his big moment, and I don't think this was the one. I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10.
Right on. Yeah, I think that's fair. It's not one of these things for me personally that steals the show, but I did like how I said in the intro, like it builds up and gets you excited. It was nice to be excited for something.
Yeah.
And to see the jump is cool. Like there's theatrics behind it. They definitely thought out how they were going to make it look cool. And it was all right, but it's not the most spectacular thing that Jackass has ever done. Yeah. But yeah,
Jay, that's
good to see Dunn on the bike.
You always say that when it's not a good rating. You're like, it's not my favorite, so a 3 out of 10. And I'm like, it doesn't. Yeah, just because it's not your favorite doesn't mean it has to be a 3.
No, but this one, you know, I was looking back at some old scores, and for whatever reason, we all shat on Jackass's kite in the new movie.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think, like, how is that worse than this? Because I gave that like a 3.5, and I'm thinking now, like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, that's way more badass than this was.
To provide some context, I'm pretty sure the reason was we had already all seen Jackass do the cactus stunt with SteveO, and that was way more hardcore than this one. There were like some fake cactus. They weren't dug into the ground, and it just wasn't very funny.
Okay, well, I'm way off course again anyway, but looking at this one, I wouldn't go higher than probably just a 6 like you did, Mikey. Nice. I had fun with it, but there's more to come.
Come on, Chris. Let's get your review. Is it going to be another 6? We going to be the Devil Dogs, baby?
Break out the devil horns, baby.
Are we going to be the Devil Dogs?
Break out the devil horns. We got 3 6s, dog.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
Absolutely. That's why I was doing that.
Nice.
All right.
Chris gets tired towards the ends of the episode.
I do. Can you guys tell?
He gets really tired.
It's all right.
He gets quiet.
It's been a long one.
He's already said all of his insults.
Oh, I had such a good joke there, but I already burned all my bridges, all my bad jokes, and I was like, that was actually a good one. I wish I saved it, so I'm kind of a little depressed.
Which one?
What I was going to say that I held back the last time, but it's too late now.
Oh, great.
It's never
Thanks
too late
for telling us.
if you want to share.
Oh.
Otherwise we'll end the show. You can save it for next time.
Oh, it'll never happen again. It was spontaneous.
Okay. That's fine.
This is what happens when you guys are mad at me for trying to be me.
It is our fault, probably. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, how about a good old MVP?
Hey, I was waiting to see if you were going to skip right by it this time.
No, not this time.
Jay, you want to do us the honor?
I don't know. Sure. Fuck. I didn't give it enough thought, guys. But you know what I will say? Just looking back at the notes real quick, I think out of all the ones here today, you see, this is how you stall, by the way, kids. All the ones today that we saw, some spectacular, some good, some bad, some outright just.
Do you want me to go? Is this what you're saying?
Yeah. Can you go?
Yeah.
Can you please
MVP
go?
of this episode is an easy one. It's Danger Ehren's shuffle. And his backup dancers doing the Danger Ehren shuffle in the back when he was doing Pin the Tail on the Donkey. That was the hardest I laughed this segment, and one of the hardest I laughed in the entire movie.
You see, I was going to say that, then you just had to swoop in and you just couldn't wait. But Chris, why don't you go? Just because I'm feeling charitable here.
I was beyond impressed by the helicopter.
Oh, nice.
Pontius and his penis doing the helicopter that's all I needed to see this whole entire segment. Made my day.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go with Will the Farter, but then you guys
don't
kind
do
of
it.
turned me off of him with the amorphous fart cloud person thing, and I feel like if I supported him, I would be like him, I would become like him, and I can't go down that road. So I'm gonna actually go with I'm with you, man. It's Ehren McGhehey.
Nice.
Like, I know I was joking around, but like realistically, you got to give it to him because that sketch is like, it's a fucking nightmare. Not having your sight and knowing you're going to get fucking sacked at any moment is just like, it's a bad combo. But the visual, it sold it for me. It's great.
And one thing we didn't mention when we were talking about it, Danger Ehren has two hoof prints on his legs before he takes the third one. So he got kicked again, and they just didn't even show it in the stunt. So he took a couple good kicks to the thigh.
Oh, totally. Yep.
So LVP, I'm going to go, this one is a fucking no-brainer for me. I'm going to give it to not the amorphous blob that is Will the Farter, the fart personified. I'm going to give it to Will the Farter's gross-ass shorts. I don't know where he bought those from,
shorts.
where you get a pair of shorts. They look like Thai kickboxing shorts, but that have just been blown out from all of his awful farts.
Yeah, they're like discolored.
Yeah,
they're not shaped quite right.
No, they're
anymore.
not shaped right at all, and that you can always see just slightly too much, but to the point where you're like, did I see something or did I not? Like, you just see up that crack. Just makes me very uncomfortable. I didn't enjoy those shorts at all.
You know, there's a thing they say, Mikey, that females, you know, if you're looking for a heterosexual mate or whatever, or I guess in any mate, it doesn't really fucking matter, but the face, you look at the face, and they say that if you have a symmetrical face, you're more likely to be considered attractive and find a partner easier. So I wonder if that can apply to shorts, because this guy, he's got some sort of those shorts have a genetic mutation of some kind. They didn't come out quite right.
But in your mind, those shorts at some point are going to look for a romantic partner.
They're going to try.
Yeah.
They're going to try their hardest.
His shorts look like Paul Bearer, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Like they look very similar to that. Yeah.
His shorts are definitely in an abusive relationship right now that they're trying to tear themselves away from. That's probably the only pair of shorts that this guy owns.
Yeah.
I can say that much. Anyway, who wants to go next?
Chris, I think you're up next.
I hate to do it, but I have to almost steal Mikey's over here because I don't want to give it to him because it is still an impressive tactic.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with someone that can fart on
sure.
command and can shoot darts. And if it wasn't for
and make a living
one intangible aspect of things, this guy would have been my MVP because I think this is brilliant. But when you boiled it down, it is his shorts, the saggy, weird shorts that creep me the fuck out.
Just gross.
I don't like them.
I don't either.
And they turned him from an MVP to an LVP, even though he's not. But yes, I'm stealing yours, Mikey. I can't really.
Hey, you can borrow
as specific as it is. I got to give you credit where credit's due.
Jay, what about you?
I mean, God, I hate to zero in on the same sketch as you guys just to see like I'm trailing on, but like I'm looking at everything in the notes and going like, what is the LVP? And it's like I'm kind of gravitating. This is a black hole. I think when I came into that sketch, I was excited to see Will the Farter because he's such a character, but you guys have really have turned me off from him. So I will say this. I like the concept of Will the Farter a lot because it's great. It's a great concept. To be able to just do that on command it's a skill, but he is a little creepy. So I think my LVP is going to go to, those noisemakers they brought in? Those were made, let's just say in a factory somewhere. I don't need to specify. Sure. There's a child out there who probably put their heart and soul into that.
And that's
trying to show that they're trying to show that they were a step above the other kids. Maybe they put a little extra time into the stitching work, the glue. And now here we're seeing this noisemaker in a guy's ass in 3D, by the way.
Yes.
And I just feel like those labors were not. I'm just saying he should have been employee of the month, and I don't know. I hope that noisemaker makes it back home because it.
I don't think he's gonna want it, Jay. I don't think he's gonna want it back at this point.
But come on, it's still good.
Okay.
Just clean it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Dust
put
off
it in
the
his
edges.
mouth like Bam put that cigarette in his mouth.
Oh, he sure did.
Recycle.
He loved it too. He liked it a little bit.
Yeah, I think so.
he never thought he'd try it before, and then when he did, something inside of him went, ooh, what's that? But
because
then he was on camera, so he's like, I better.
Yeah, I should
cool.
throw up for good measure. Yeah, cigarettes are
throw up
so
for good
addicting that it kind of like wrote into him an addiction to shit-covered
Do you think
cigarettes.
that would just make the cigarette taste more like a cigar?
Maybe.
Honestly,
Like when you smell someone's cigar breath, it smells like they ate poo.
that's
sometimes.
true. That's true. That's true.
So
Could be.
Wait, did you just say that if someone cigar smokers never mind, it's fine. It's fine. Let's just move on. End of the show at Jackass Pod on Instagram, Twitter, the other ones, Facebook. I'm fucking broken. Let's go home. I just want to go home. Can we go home? Can we stop this?
Hey, hit us up though, jackasspod@gmail.com. As we start wrapping up the our comments on Jackass 3D, let us know your favorite stunts. Let us know anything we got wrong. Let us know some of the things we forgot to mention. As we start to get towards the last episodes of our recaps, we'll start to read off some of the listener comments on the episode.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Let us know what you think. We've been having fun, but hey, the show continues, and we've still got a little bit left to go. We're past the halfway point now, but it's been a trip. So expect at least 2 more parts of this before we put a fork in it, call it done. But thanks for jumping on the Jackass 3D train with us. Until next week, we will be back same time as usual. Bye. I'm Jason Wellwood.
bye. I'm Chris Aaronworth.
Bye, I'm Mikey Aaronworth, and this has been Jackass. Good night, Chris.
Good night. I'm sleepy.
Furnished by Sad Styles Productions.
Get into it.